Throughout the semester, our class analyzed different ways of expressing art and how different mediums of art can express many themes in different ways. The first major encounter we had with the expression of art is the painting workshop in class, in which we had to draw a painting solely based off its description that was told from another person. This brought about the complexities of paintings, that it is much more than just some paint on the canvas. Matt, what did you make of the workshop?
I thought that this workshop was pretty difficult to do, especially at first. I think we realized that you need to pay attention to a lot of small details in the image, or else it will not come out, similar to what it's supposed to look like. Some of the details that we had to pay attention to included size, shape, color, and position of the image on the page. What other type of art do you think involves all these different techniques?
Well, photography is a form of art that is very similar to paintings in style. Both revolve around an image telling a short story or evoking emotion from a viewer. We got to take a special look into photography by examining the work of Gary Winogrand, whose work was able to utilize simple subjects to tell a story or evoke emotion even without color. Matt, what did you think of Gary Winogrand's work?
I thought that Gary Winogrand was really able to capture emotions. He makes the viewer feel like they were a part of whatever scene was going on at the time in the photo. I think that's what made him such a famous and influential photographer.
I agree, Matt. There's also another artist who we analyzed as well, and that is Marisol, who we were able to analyze in El Museo del Barrio, who had some powerful paintings of her own, using a mess of color to create some disturbing and pessimistic paintings. But she also had some interesting sculptures too, right, Matt?
Yeah, I think that, like Winogrand, she was able to show emotion very well and tap into the emotions of others through her own portrayal of that person. One of the pieces that was really significant to me was sculpture of John F. Kennedy Jr. saluting his late father. And I think she did this sculpture the way she did because she herself experienced the loss of a parent at a young age, like JFK Jr.
Sculptures are interesting pieces of work, but they're a bit different as a lot of their expression comes from the way it occupies space and the structure of the work. This way of expressing art is very similar to the way expression is done by dance, which we had the chance to learn in the dance workshop. This definitely brought me out of my comfort zone, as this was something I would never thought of doing.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. In this workshop, we learned about the different ways of expressing yourself and your emotions through the way you position your body and move it in space. We were able to see this in action through professional dancers, not just our own classmates, at the Fall for Dance performance. What were you able to take away from that experience, David?
I thought Fall for Dance had many examples of the different ways of expression through the same medium. Even though the expression was all in dance, it still taught me that there are several different ways that dance could be used as a form of expression. We viewed a range of different acts in Fall for Dance, and while I didn't relate as much to the ballet as I did with the modern dance, I was still able to experience these different forms of expression up close. These are just some of the basic forms of expression that we learned in class. There are many other ways of expressing art, some that we discussed in class, and some that we were not able to touch upon. All in all, however, I learned that there are always clever and intriguing ways of expressing something, and there is no one specific answer for expression. This is just one of the ways that makes art one of the most interesting things I have encountered.
Yeah, these seem to be the most primal forms of art out there. Photography, simple paintings, and dance, and they all are used differently by more complex mediums such as theater, opera, and cinema. It is interesting that I am now able to break down those into simple dance moves or basic images and see why exactly they can be so powerful.